As you can see here, I got a pile of Weasel boxes, freshly made for the coming trapping season. They're made out of cedar fence slats. So it's a 6-foot cedar fence slat, 5.5 inches wide, 5/8 of an inch thick. And one slat makes one box without any waste. You know, you could make the boxes slightly smaller and there'd be waste. And then with the dimensions that I'll give you, you know, there is variation, you know, you can make them however you want. So I got the snow cover on the front. Snow cover to some would be a little bit small. You know, I'd almost agree with them. I could have had that be a little bit larger. But you got the snow cover on front. You got the hole 2 inches wide. You know, the size, it varies. You know, you can do 1 3/4 to 2 inches, even 1 5/8. I don't have it dead center. You can have it dead center, but I have it a little bit higher. That way the weasel jumps up and in. You know, higher chance of it landing right on the trap pan rather than over the trap pan. On the side I got a little latch. Just a standard latch. On the top I have my trap tag stapled. That way it's easily accessible. Inside the box I have a standard Victor rat trap with a yellow pan, wide plastic pan, whatever you want to call it. Around the jaw I have some duct tape. That way when the jaw ends up rusting down the road, that rust won't be on this portion and I won't have to worry about the rust getting on the fur of the weasel as much. On the back of the box, yet again I have another 2-inch hole. This one I have centered so it's closer down to the bait, and I have chicken wire put over the hole on the inside. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. I do it on the inside just because I think it looks a little bit better rather than having it on the outside. It's a little bit cleaner. It's one of those things, it doesn't aid in the function. It's just an aesthetic thing on my end. There's a view of it from the inside. And then there's the Victor rat trap on the inside. Set it. It's kind of hard to show it here. We'll show you out in the field. But, you know, that's kind of a minor view from the inside. You know, I'll have that Victor rat trap back just a hair further so that weasel jumps over and on it. I don't have them right now, not in the boxes at least, but a little 4-ounce aluminum can that's got to hold my bait in the back as well as some of my lure. The back is hinged, just a standard small little hinge. The dimensions on the box. So the length of the end boards, that varies a little bit. So I got 5/8 cedar fence slats. So with that, to get the length of this, you take the width of the fence slat and the thickness of the fence slat. You know, that will get you your overall. So in this case, it's around 6 inches. I believe I actually cut them at 6 1/8, so this one could have got messed up on the guide. As I recall, I cut them at 6 1/8. This one's just, I'm at 6 1/16, so my guide wasn't off when I cut it. The top, I have 18 inches. Then the sides and the bottom, I got 13 3/4. So three boards at 13 3/4, 2 at 6 1/8, and then the leftover is the cover. And like I said at the beginning, you know, that measurement, you can adjust that measurement how you want. So if you make these sides a little bit shorter, then you get a little longer snow cover, or you can make the sides shorter altogether, and you know, if you want, you don't even need to have the snow cover on front. So that's a brief little description, and then we'll show you that out in the field. Filling up my bait canisters for my weasel boxes. They're just little 4-ounce metal cans with lids. I'm just using beaver meat mixed with anise. I chop up the beaver meat after I skin them. I just cut off the chunks. You know, I don't try to get down to the bone on the beaver. If I had limited beaver, sure, but I got plenty of beaver, so I just take the easy pickings off the beaver. I dice it up, throw it into a mixing bowl, and then I mix it by hand with wearing nitro gloves. I dump in about a cap or two of anise oil, anise extract. So now after I got that meat in the can, I put this lid on there, and then take that, put it in the box. If it rattles around on the way to setting, so be it. It ain't gonna spill. Once I set the trap, I have to open the box to set the trap. So, just take the lid off the can, set it inside the box. That way I don't lose it. And away we go. So I'm gonna fill these up, put them in the boxes, and we'll show you. We're here between a snowmobile trail and a road. We got a Weasel box, and we have a 220 box. Right here I got my cat flagging. Got stuck in this twig. I'll break that twig so it don't get stuck again. And inside our Weasel box, we have our second catch of the day. A nice little weasel. Nice little short tail. We'll get him out of the trap, and we'll continue on down the line. Coming up on this Weasel box here, and there's something sticking out. Open her up and see what we got. Got ourselves a squirrel. Let's see what we can do to get him out of the trap. Just more bait to put back in, I suppose. It's like a little flying squirrel. Very nice. Coming up, we got a bobcat box and a weasel box. Start off with the weasel box. Open it up. Nothing. But come over to the bobcat box. The trap's gone. There's a trap right there. Got ourselves a nice big weasel. I don't know why you had to go in that trap, not the box, but that's how it goes sometimes. So we're going to reset that trap. Head on down the line. So over on this side of the road, we have quite a large swamp. I couldn't even tell you how large it is, a few hundred acres. And a little bit of it on this side of the road. Well, they got culverts every now and again going through, and I put some weasel boxes down in them. Small little culverts like this. We had some fresh snow last night. You can see some little skips of tracks. We open the box, got ourselves a little weasel. Nice little short tail. Nice catch. So we're going to get him out of the trap. We're going to reset. Here's the trap all reset. Got my little can of bait in the back. Got some feathers and some weasel lure. Trap in front. So got a few more to check today, and we'll keep you posted. We're at a spot similar to the last one, but this time we got a little mouse. So all we do is just take him out of the trap, throw him in the back, reset, and away we go. So just from that spot we just had that mouse, we're talking 50 yards that way. There's a bunch of weasel tracks. So we're going to move that box over here to greener pastures, and hopefully we'll got one on the way back. Down here in a creek bottom. Large metal culvert there. Creek flows up over there into the alder. And I had a weasel box right here, as we can see. It was buried in the snow. We just got about a foot of snow the other day, so it's quite deep. We got another box on that side. But we pull this box up, open it. Looks like we got ourselves a nice weasel. Pick him up out of the trap. Not too bad. We'll reset that trap and we'll continue on down the line. Here we got that double on otter. We also had a weasel box set right here on top of the culvert. Open it up. And we got ourselves a weasel. Nice little short tail. No staining on it really. It's pretty white for the most part. Nice. I'm pulling all the weasel boxes today, and I'm pulling the bobcat traps in a few days. So, just so I have room in the truck. But we're going to continue on down the line.